Hello, I'm a Mac.
And I'm a PC. Hey, Mac, did you hear the good news?
Right.
Windows 7 is out, and it's not going to have any of the problems my last operating system had. Trust me.
I feel like I've heard this before, PC.
What?
You are now listening to the iWalter Show. Real talk
it's not going to have
about
any of the problems that
nothing.
Windows ME had. It's not going to have any of the problems that Windows 98 had. It's not going to have any of the problems Windows 95 had. It's not going to have any of the problems Windows 2 had. Trust me. This time it's going to be different. Trust me.
Faster than a speeding bullet, more powerful than a locomotive, able to leap tall buildings in a single bound. Look, up in the sky, it's a bird brain, it's a plane, it's iWalter. iWalter. Yes, it's iWalter, a strange visitor from another planet who came to Earth with powers and abilities far beyond those of mortal men. iWalter, who can change the course of mighty rivers, bend ears with his annoying voice, and who, disguised as Walter Interranti, mild-mannered janitor for a great metropolitan newspaper, fights a never-ending battle for truth, nonsense, and the American way. And now, another exciting episode in the adventures of iWalter.
Hey, good morning, everyone. This is Walter on iWalter, and welcome to me. Yeah, Matt likes me to say that, so I will. Hey, the reason I put that Mac versus Windows thing in front of my thing tonight was because, hey, I thought I was going to spend all weekend sitting on my newer Mac. I'm not going to say it's brand new. My old Mac was running DDR2 and is actually... It was DDR2, and it was running, there was something else. Anyway, yeah, I got a newer Mac. I actually bought it on eBay, and I bought my other machine on eBay, too. Here we go. Yeah, and I bought it from this place in case anybody's interested, because I have to say they do give you really good deals for considering. I actually wanted a brand new Mac, the trash bin ones, but I didn't feel like spending like $12,000 on a computer. Even $4,000 is just way too much. So anyway, I bought this one. I'm looking at the seller's name. It's iPower Resell. iPower Resell. And yeah, I was a little skeptic. I looked around. I tried to look for the best computer. What's the sweet spot on the Macs now? So I got one. It's pretty much, the case is identical to what I have. Minus that they did upgraded, like everything underneath the hood is what got severely upgraded. I'm going to guess, so I think my old system was 2.8 Xeon processors, and it was 4-core, single chip. My new system is, I actually have it somewhere in my old system so let me look that up, and I'll do a comparison. Okay, my old system was a Mac Pro early 2008. Processors were 2.8 quad-core Xeons, 24 gigs of RAM, which I will have in this new one soon. Basically, the graphics card, which I'm going to probably take out and put in my newer one because it is a lot faster, is a NVIDIA GeForce GTX 770 with 2 gigs of RAM. I'm going to probably put this in a new machine again. The new one, now it doesn't sound like it would make that much of a difference, is a Mac Pro 2010. The processors are 333, which I heard 3.33 I mean, with 6 cores. It's a 6 cores Intel Xeon. And right now I'm only running 8 gigs of RAM, but I did order and it should come by Monday. Now it's running the ATI HD 5770 with 1 gig of RAM. Now, believe it or not, minus, like I tried to benchmark for gaming, and it was horrendous because it's the 5770 Radeon. That's where the NVIDIA will like gleam through on graphics. Maybe a couple other things, but as far as everything else, it runs like buttery smooth. So I'm running the same OS because I'm basically running the same. That's another thing I wanted to mention, folks. I expected, so I bought a brand new hard drive, which at this point it was a price drop, and it's not even worth returning it because I'll lose more money just on returning it, and I already opened the package, so I'll get nailed with that. It dropped like $10 or $20. It was like, you know what? At this point, I'll keep the drive, I guess, It's not worth shipping it back. I'll pay for that too. I'll end up losing money there. And I'll fill it up because when I start doing more editing, I'm going to need probably the hard drive space anyhow. So anyway, I bought a brand new hard drive. I stuck it in the new machine, and then I put the other drives, and I had 3 other hard drives. They're all 4 terabyte hard drives. So right now I'm running 16 gigs of RAM, terabytes of RAM, terabytes of hard drive space. I had 12, which was more than enough, but now it's just like, you know what, I'll just keep the 4 gigs. I'll fill it up with video editing and other stuff. So, yeah, it was a good deal, too, because I think it was a Toshiba, and it's actually the most highest cache on a hard drive. Like, this new one's got 128 gigs of cache alone on the new hard drive. I just apparently just really didn't need it. I could have saved myself money. At this point, it's just not worth returning again. So, yeah, that being said, yeah, I figured, it's going to take all weekend for me to get this computer up and running properly. You know, I have to restore programs and stuff. And it was like, okay, I'll just pull everything off, the drives from my pre-existing Mac. I put the new drives or the same drives in a newer machine. And it was like, okay, here's everything, like I never even replaced the machine. It's like it's acting like the exact same machine is still there, even though it's faster. And it is faster, trust me. So, yeah, I mean, is it noticeable? Yeah, actually it is. It's very noticeable, the speed difference on the way things open up and everything like that. And this is actually... it's more reliant not on how much memory I have in the computer, but actually more or less on the processor speed that I have now. And it's not on the video card. Video card actually has very little to do with it, but yeah, it's fast. Hey, this was pretty interesting. I probably almost recommend this because she wasn't bad looking. This woman, I gotta look up her name again. I think it's Lily Rabb. She was in American Horror Story, and she was the one, if you watched American Horror Story, she was on the one season that she played a witch. She was actually on more than one season. And, I mean, she's kind of cute. She's not hot, but she's kind of cute. I'm trying to look up her background right now. Born June 29th, 1982. She's from New York. I think she played, obviously, in more than one season of American Horror Story, but that's what she's best known for. Yeah, she's from New York City. And what was I going to say? She was the one who was, on the one season, she was obsessed with Stevie Nicks. Like, she was like this woman who was obsessed with her. So it was kind of funny, and I was like, I watched this movie tonight, and I'll admit, it was this movie for free on snagfilms.com, which I ended up finding out about when I tried to submit my short, and they didn't even want it. They said that this is not what we're looking for. Even though it was supposed to be about independent films, these independent films are probably are made for like a couple $1 million. Even though they said, oh yeah, this is just for strictly independent stuff. I know I said that like 5 times already. So anyhow, they still send me emails on stuff they have on there, like free films that are made. And this film had that actress from American Horror Story, Lily. I'm gonna say Rabe because it's Rabe, so I'd assume it would be Rabe. She looked really good in here. I mean, her face is just kind of weird, but she's cute. But why did I like it so much? Well, she's got on like multiple different outfits. They're all that ultra tight, shiny spandex. So I'm like right there, and I'm like looking at it. I was like, oh my God, this is great. This is my masturbation material for tonight, and it's free, so that makes it better. I wish I could get a copy that I could just have on my hard drive. I even tried to rip one, and I couldn't. I mean the hard drive, by the way. So, yeah, and it was like, yeah, she looks really hot, and she's like 5'8", too. So, I did not think I was going to have time to, even do a show. I thought I was going to spend the whole entire weekend, working on this project. But hey, it was done after I put the hard drives in. And once they put them in, it had taken about a minute or so to reset everything up, from the hard drives onto the machine itself. I guess it says, okay, it's in a new home now. And it was like, okay, we're ready to go. Nothing else to do. And it was done. So it was like, wow. So that's why I played, again, the Mac thing in the beginning, because it was like, I could not believe how easy it is. If you had a PC years ago, that wasn't an issue. You would literally have to redo everything. When you couldn't take a hard drive out. If you replace, I think it is, a friend would tell me, if you replaced 3 pieces of hardware, you would have to reinstall Windows. Well, Mac, I actually put it into a different computer, and it didn't ask for anything else. So that made my night. I'm going to make this short. I always say this because I have one thing I do, my magic thing before I go to bed, and since I'm getting a late start, because I was I was dumbfounded. I was just making sure everything worked. The only thing I had to repurchase a license to was this program I use, which I recommend. It's by iSkysoft, and it's called iTube Studio. It's a good YouTube and video ripper for online, which a friend actually ended up buying it, my friend Matt, because it is very useful. It actually, if you can't find a song, that's why he ended up buying it, and was like, yeah, I didn't know I could do it at first. It's like $30 to buy a lifetime. What do you call it? I should have kept the license number, which I didn't, because otherwise I would have had to waste my money again. But it's not a waste, because I use it all the time. So anyway, because you can rip videos, and those audio segments, I can convert those to MP3s. So that's really nice. And if you can't find a song, you could basically rip it off of YouTube and then convert it into an MP3, which obviously you can play on your radio or whatever else. So that's really nice. I'm just bleeding through, and by the way, it's just the hesitation's not there as it was before. Again, mine's a 2010 model of a Mac. It's the cheese grater version, but the very last cheese grater they put out was 2012, and it said, well, there is no difference between a 2012 and 2010, minus that you're paying more money for another machine. They said that's the only difference. They said everything is identical. So after that point, they went to the trash bin. So, there you go. That's in a nutshell. If you want to know the difference between, the Macs that are the cheese graters, once you hit 2010, there is absolutely nothing else that exciting. There is no changes. They're all exactly the same. 2010. There was really no 2011. In 2012, though, they're both the same. So, I was glad to read that. And I ended up getting that. Now, this cost me about $1,200, and it does sound like a lot, but for a Mac, that's not that much at all. And I got a little money back because I said, hey, it was supposed to come, which I wasn't going to use anyway. I told them that. I just questioned him. I said, hey, you mentioned that this computer was going to come with a keyboard and mouse, which I would have sold with the other machine that I now upgraded. And they said, well, we can give you $30 if you don't want the keyboard and mouse, because we ran out of them. And they give you cheap crap anyway. So it was like, you know what? For what it's going to cost you to ship that keyboard and mouse, it's got to be a piece of junk. For one thing, why don't you just give me the $30 and I'll let I don't really need to sell the keyboard and mouse. It's not that necessary. So they gave me $30 back, so that helped. If I didn't get that hard drive, that was $100 there. But again, it dropped in price, so for me to ship it back, it's going to cost me money. And it's actually, if I do run out of hard drive space, then I end up spending money rebuying it again. And I've already wasted enough money because I made some mistakes on, I thought it's going to be something that was going to take forever to set up, which it did not. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to basically focus on that tonight because I was just dumbfounded how easy this was. I lost my train of thought, too, on the stories. But, yeah, bottom line, this one, they have other ones. If you just keep it the way it is, what they gave you for the $1,200. Now, this was another thing. My computer I got was that I'm no longer going to use. I bought on eBay also. And I'm very particular because I make sure that the person who owned it was somebody who gave it a lot of TLC. So most of the Macs I bought in the past did not have a mark on there at all. Like the one I'm going to get rid of is scratch-free, virtually minus what I may have put on there. And the new one, or newer one I have, has a lot of scuffs and scratches. Not that anybody's going to see it. Physically, the internal guts were like immaculate. It looked like you could eat off the inside of the Mac machine. But the new one, actually, the specs again was an Apple Mac. This is what came with the money you paid. You're supposed to get a keyboard and mouse, so it would have gave you a piece of junk anyway. Was an Apple Mac Pro 3.33 gigahertz, a 6-core single chipped processor, 8 gigs of RAM, 1 terabyte hard drive, and the ATI Radeon 5770. So, again, and it's a 2010 model, so that's not that bad. Because I looked around what other people were charging for ones that were remotely what the shape this one was, the one I'm using now. And they were asking, believe it or not, a lot more money than this place was. So they usually give you what the average prices that these go for. You know, do a comparison. eBay does, I guess, to help sellers sell things. But this one actually doesn't say, but I did look myself. So bottom line is I'm quite pleased. So other than that, I'm just going to go through really quickly. I saw this one thing. I got to check this out now. It was on Cinema Blend too now. And it seems like I thought this was out. Maybe, I guess it hasn't come out yet. Maybe it's just going to go right to video. I don't know. But I saw this. I have this linked on another part of my Facebook page. And it's Scout's Guide to Zombie Apocalypse. I can't say that word right. Looks gory and silly in the NSFW trailer. So bottom line is, yeah, it's basically Boy Scouts versus like these zombie hookers almost. And I watched it, was like, yeah, this looks pretty entertaining. It's like one of these Kleenex bad films, as I like to think of it. Kleenex meaning that if you're a guy, you understand. You can jerk off to it. I'll just come right out and say it. So I didn't realize it. I don't think it's out yet, though. So I'm sure it's really bad otherwise. Yeah, there was something I didn't quite understand it, and I kind of halfway looked at it. And it was shared by Channel 4 News Video, and it's basically this place called, I think it's a movie, actually. I don't know. Because I kind of watched it half-heartedly at work. And it was titled "Welcome to Disneyland," like not Disneyland, like dismal Disneyland. And theme park opens today, and I'm not even sure where it is. It's like basically it says a dysfunctional Disneyland. Like it's more of a dull whatever. They did that deliberately. It's supposed to be like an artsy way of showing you Disneyland in a more bizarre way. But yeah, it's called Disneyland. And by the way, I laughed at this, folks. I had to put this on. It was on Movie Pilot Video. It's basically a preview, I guess, like a commercial for a web page. And it's just so freaking funny, though, because it says, when someone says George Clooney was the Batman, and it shows this clip of a movie where this guy is like snickering like a dog. Like there's this cartoon where this dog snickered, and he sounds like that, and they just keep on repeating it. And it's like you gotta laugh at it. But it's a preview for Movie Pilot Video, I get. Or let's see. I thought it was for the Movie Pilot website. It's like a stupid commercial, I guess, but it's actually really funny. I just lost it. I lost it a long time ago, but yeah, Movie Pilot Video. There's another one. I haven't even listened to it, so I don't know what the joke is on this. How I think I dance, how I really dance. Okay, yeah, they're showing different clips of movies. One is this guy who was like a professional dancer, and then they're showing this guy from, I think that, I would assume it's like that TV show called Office Space. At least it looked like that. And some goofy guy dancing in that. So anyway, but the one it says, when someone says George Clooney was the best Batman, and let me see if I can get this, that you can hear this guy snickering. I haven't tried this yet, so I'm going to try this now. And again, you can't see the other part. I'm going to do this whole mic thing again. I hope I don't mess it up. So here we go. It says, when someone says George Clooney was the best Batman, this is the comment on the video. So I don't know how that turned out. I got to put my mic back onto me, so I don't know how this is turning out. How that turned out, but I had to play it over and over again tonight, and I thought George Clooney was the best Batman out of the movies because he had that campy feel of Adam West put into it. So I had to love it. I'm just going through my Facebook page because I just want to end this really quickly tonight. Kevin Smith wants to see Ronda Rousey. I said this last night. Take on Captain Marvel. Now, you know what? Because he's friends with Stan Lee. And Stan Lee's like backing that up on his Facebook page. Another one I had posted was Donald Trump meets with families of victims killed by illegals. 2016 presidential candidate and real estate mongrel Donald Trump met Friday afternoon with his with family members of Americans killed by illegal aliens in the wake of It's one of those things I didn't expect to read the whole thing, and here I am to read more than I wanted to. So I got to figure out where it left off. Oh. In the wake of a multiple deportee felon confession to shooting and killing young Kate Steinhell in San Francisco, California. I know I got her name wrong, so I didn't mean to. Yeah, somebody it was just trying to get you the link. Somebody put up a picture, and I know right where it was from. Let me see. I'm going to give you like 2 seconds to figure this one out. It's basically a video caption, and it says it's a picture, and it's really clear, too, because this is from an older movie. The Slaughtered Lamb. Okay, I'm going to give you 2 more seconds, and I'm going to say it again. The Slaughtered Lamb. And it's a head of a lamb on on some type of sword. So it's called The Slaughtered Lamb, and, okay, your time is up. It is from the movie American Werewolf in London, if I remember correctly. Anyway, another article. Of course, I'm going to post this. Peter Catoli, Series 9 starts the 19th of September. I got to remember, I actually got a ticket. I'm taking a day off from work to go see Doctor Who in the movie theater down the street from where I live in Oaks on BBC One. You know what? Just the caption was enough to get me to post this one thing. It was on clipped.com, and it's like 18 movie marquees that were accidentally hilarious. So the one it shows is the one that was like, okay, I don't need to go any further. Just Go With It, Sucker Punch, Justin Bieber. So if you read it all together, it's 3 different movies, by the way. So it's Just Go With It, Sucker Punch, Justin Bieber. Okay, that's all I needed to see, and I was like there. Okay, I'm going to look at a couple of these and see what you think. There will definitely be blood, maybe. Okay, so there were different movies. So I don't know which movie was which, but it says there will be blood, definitely, maybe. Another one was Fantastic Four knocked up Nancy Drew. Okay, I understand that one. Fantastic Four knocked up Nancy Drew. Aaron Brockovich screwed my dog Skip. Okay, okay, I can see how these are pretty funny. Trying to look for the next one. 40-year-old virgin penguins. Okay, that's pretty good. 13 Clash of the Tit. 14 Clash of the Tit. Okay, for the Clash of the Titans. Be Cool Hostage. Okay, what's the next one? Oh, God. Okay, it's like Emlyn's S-E. Oh! They have a picture with the S, the letter S for Superman, a movie Ergon with an E, and X-Men with an X, all next to each other. So it looks like sex. Okay, that one's a good one, too. I got to give it credit. Next one. There will be... Oh, it's the same one. There will be blood, definitely, maybe. There will definitely be blood, maybe, something like that. Pirates knocked up Shrek. So that was another thing that just ended up being that way. The Justin Bieber one I've already read. Transformers sex tape. Okay, that's pretty good. I like these. Vampires Suck. There is a movie called that. Vampires Suck. The Other Guys. Okay, that's pretty good. The Nancy Drew one I've already read. I've seen that. 7 Showgirls to Die for Halloween. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty good. Skyfall, 007 Lincoln. Oh, wait. Okay, and it says on the billboard, they show the things. It was for Skyfall and Lincoln. It says it's Lincoln Bullet to the Head. So it was a movie called Bullet to the Head, and it was the movie Lincoln. So that's pretty funny. Focus, Get Hard, American Sniper. So, yeah, 3 different movies. Focus, Get Hard, American Sniper. I guess that's pretty good. Now Playing Frozen, How Ironic. There was actually a movie called How Ironic? I guess so. Unless they did that, but that's what it says. 13 Thor, The D. I don't understand that one. That's not that good. A Good Year Flushed Away. No, that's pretty good. I haven't heard of this. Aaron Brockovich Screwed My Skip Dog. Did I read that one already? I can't remember. Spy Kids Blue Pokemon. That one I actually like. That was at United Artists. 3 movies. Okay, that was the last one anyway. That was pretty good too. What was that last one again? I'm sorry. I'll just have to re-listen to my show. I'm just laughing at it still. I'm gonna see if I can find it real quick. If I can, I'm sorry, because that one was good. That was good. Yeah. No, I can't. That's okay. Oh wait, maybe these are all of them. Yeah, Spy Kids Blue Pokemon. I just like that. I think that was the last one I read anyway. They're all together. Yeah, that was on clipped.com without an E, so it's CLIPD.com. And I just lost my page, so that was good. I'll give them credit. Yeah, I'm just reloading stuff. Reload. It's like a video game used to play. It used to say that. Ooh, somebody put up The Prisoners fan. You know, you ever watch? That's a show I recommend to people. Is The Prisoner? I keep on. I'm going to post that. They put up different pictures. Poor Patrick McGowan is deceased for quite a few years now. He was like a great actor, mainly known for The Prisoner and Secret Agent, man. So yeah, that was his big things back in the day. This guy's got some horror movies. I'm sorry, folks. Yeah, see horror movies. I'm like there. Somebody put up, I guess maybe it was just an old poster. It said now showing Friday the 13th, the final chapter. Because I put a lot of horror stuff up. There was something else, by the way, about Donald Trump I was trying to look for. And if I come across it, I won't mention it. He helped this soldier, a prisoner of war, actually come home. He set him free. So that's going to be good for Donald Trump, I think. I know a lot of people don't take him that seriously, but I'm starting to a lot more and more. Because I know Rush talks about him quite a bit. Somebody put up this movie, and it was from anothermag.com. And it's this movie called Suspiria. And I remember being a kid, in that movie, the commercial really just scared me. And they said that's a classic film, but I'm sorry. I mean, mainly it was the visual, because it was like very surreal with the color of the film. Like it stood out. It was very, I don't know how else to put it. It was very colorful. But I just remember being a little kid and watching the commercial for Suspiria, and it was the back of this woman saying roses are red, violets are blue, and something like you're going to die or something. And when she turns around, it's basically a skull with a wig on it. But I was so petrified as a child that it gave me nightmares, the commercial. And then I couldn't figure out the name of the movie. And when I finally found the movie, it was like, yeah, I hate to tell you, this movie's really kind of boring to me. I didn't think it was that spectacular at all. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I think my friend Matt, you listened to me, and I think we discussed this before. I think you agreed with me. There was a trilogy, by the way, on that lineup of films. Suspiria was the first one in the chain, I think, because that was at least the first one released. But there was two other movies that followed. It was a trilogy, and I can't remember the other two. And I rented one, and I bought the other one. And they were a little bit better, but they were definitely gory. Suspiria was just kind of weird. You notice I'm not mentioning his name because I'm not gonna fuck it up. I'm sorry, I just can't do it this time. But yeah, if you look up Suspiria and you look at the original trailer, it's just really, really disturbing. I might have to, because I might have sold that film. I should have kept it. Just for nostalgic reasons, not because I thought it was a good film, because that was the last thing going through my head when I actually finally watched it. It was like, okay, when's this movie going to end? Is more what I was thinking. Lighter notes, more stupider note. Man of Steel 2 could hand the director's job over to this legend. Zack Snyder's Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice isn't just one movie. It is the springboard that is going to lead to several new movies. We know that Warner Brothers and DC plan to do a two-part Justice League movie in the wake of Snyder's DOJ, and with the rumors being that Snyder will direct those as well. And there has been talk about Ben Affleck could be locked up for a trilogy of Dark Knight films. I thought it would be like at least 10-year span on that. That would follow his first tussle with Superman. But what of the Blue Boys Scout himself when will he get another solo movie? So it's saying if John Schnepp is to be believed, it will happen soon, and it will be directed by Mad Max's Road Fury, Helmer George Miller. So that's pretty. I'm not going to read anymore because I'm just going to screw it up. But that's pretty interesting. My room is still getting hot, even though it's faster computer though. That's all that counts. Yeah, I don't know what this is about, but there was something on thebloodshed.com. It says, real blood rave to drenched dancers in gallons of gore. I'll open it up real quick anyway. I'll torture people tonight, even though it's going on 4:30. Real blood rave to drenched dancers on gallons of gore. The rare and extremely bizarre example of life imitating art. Promoters in the Netherlands are planning a Halloween event based on the notorious dance club scene from the movie Blade in 1998. I love that version, that part of that film, by the way. That was so cool. The Facebook page for Blood Rave, described as a nightlife community for like-minded individuals on a discreet location in Amsterdam, already has over 2.4K attendees. That's pretty cool. Sorry, I'm seeing something else. I'm not even sure it's worth reading, though. It's a really fucked up picture, though. It's actually on thebloodshed.com, and I have to make sure I put this on my Facebook page. And it did not do it, so I'm sorry. I'm going to have to find a way to do it. It looks like a scene from, it's showing a scene from that, the thing that John Carpenter did. Oh, it's actually showing some really cool parts of how they made these special effects and stuff. Online petition seeks to release of 2011 The Thing work print is the name of the article, by the way, in case you're just interested. So, I thought this was the John Carpenter one, but apparently this is, it says the 2011 one. So I don't think that was John Carpenter. That was supposed to be a prequel to Carpenter's version of The Thing. And yeah, again, that's on the Bloodshed. It's another website I've never used before. It will be now, I guess. This is pretty funny. I'm going to post this now on my Facebook page. Guy named the Daily Dialect, Dialect, like in Doctor Who, because it's a dialect. Exterminate. He has this video, and it's of R2-D2, somebody dressed up as R2-D2, C-3PO, and a dialect. That's pretty funny. Dialect meets C-3PO. That is definitely worth checking out. Oofa. One friend, John, I guess that's his daughter. She is. John, please, if you hear this, I don't mean anything by it, but your daughter is really hot. Maybe it's not his daughter. Maybe it's somebody else. Some hot woman he's sitting next to. If this is his daughter, I'll be really embarrassed. Man knows how to find women. Hey, this is new. I'm going to have to post this. This is on Cinema Blend. I haven't read it. Star Wars may add these 2 expanded universe characters. The characters that inhabit Star Wars movies have become iconic over the years, ranging from hilarious to downright terrifying. However, they only represent the tip of the iceberg as Star Wars expanded the universe. Books, comics, and games, etc. has never received through exploration, possibly until now. According to Stitch Kingdom, Star Wars is owned by Disney now. A site dedicated to Disney News, 2 recent applications to the Patent and Trademark Office may offer a clue onto the growing Force Awakens cast of Valara and Mon Destera. I have no clue. You know what? Maybe I better not read anymore. I just thought it looked kind of cool, but if you want to read it, Cinema Blend, Star Wars may add 2 expanded characters to the universe. Maybe that's what they were trying to say. It's new characters. I thought they were expanding the characters they already had. Sorry, I'm just trying to look, see what it might be. You know what? Some of these independent films, by the way, are just not only really bad, but I'm sorry, but they are actually really funny too. Because I saw one today. It's like a local film, and it just looked really funny. It's supposed to be, These people, I mean, I know my stuff's like kind of crappy, the stuff I do. But this stuff is like probably shot pretty well. I'm kind of questioning it. It looks pretty good. But video, like the quality of the video, no, I'm not saying how they set up the scenes. That's a different story. But it's so poorly, I'm sorry for saying this, but so poorly acted. And it's just, I guess it makes it just entertaining. For me, it does. Because the whole thing is just kind of bad. So, you all have a full show tonight. I didn't think I would. So I'm going to go through my things again, see if I might have seen something I like. Oh, my God, I should have. Oh, it was that one, and I can't find it, about Donald Trump. Let's see if I can find it, though. Oh, there was something else I saw. It was on iHeart.com. I love iHeart.com if you haven't noticed. That's my new love thing. Norman Bates returns in new novel, Psycho Sanitarium. Well, guess what? I'm not going to buy it. I can't even read that well. Am I going to buy a fucking book? Robert Bloch's tale of the ultimate mother's boy, released in 1959, was turned into a classic horror film. Oh, okay. So I thought I heard that. Robert Bloch's tale of the ultimate mother's boy was released in 1959. I didn't know that. I think I heard something. Well, whatever. Because it wasn't really, the whole idea of Psycho was not intentionally or originally from Hitchcock. Was turned into a classic horror film by Alfred Hitchcock, and Bloch followed by the novel with the sequel in 1982, which wasn't quite used as the template for the movie sequel. He wrote another book in 1990, and now Bates returns to the literary world. Well, guess what? I'm illiterate, so I can't. It's not going to do me any good. Yeah, so the guy who originally is the brains behind Psycho, he did a film before that was on one of these horror networks on cable, and I can't remember the name of it now. It was pretty good, actually. That part I remember. Yeah, they were advertising, by the way, in case you're interested. 80shorror.net says YouTube has full-length horror films on YouTube, and yes, they're free. I think they have commercials. Maybe I'll just give you a rundown. Nightmare on Elm Street, Black Devil Doll from Hell. And by the way, they released, and this was really bad. I'm just going to go sidetrack. Elvira, they're putting out this tin box set. It's in a coffin of like the movies she used to, basically make fun of or talk about or host. Elvira. I mean, she used to show these really bad, sorry about that, bad, horror movies. Well, they released it for like, oh, it's on sale for $50. It's like, look at that. It's like, this is a pile of shit, these movies, and you're charging $50 for movies that are not even worth 50 cents for like a list of movies that were listed on this box set from her. So I was kind of like, wow. Anyway, Nightmare on Elm Street again, Black Devil Doll from Hell, Bloodbath at Horror, at House of Death, Bogey Creek Part 2, Children of the Corn, Death Warm Up, Devil's Gift, The Devil's Gift, Don't Open Till Christmas, The Invitation, Invitation to Hell, Mutant, Night of the Comet. That's actually a good movie. Piranha Mandrora. I can't say it. It's not even Piranha. It's something else. Razorback, Scream from For Help, The Sea Serpent, Silent Madness, Splatter University, Superstition, and Terror in the Isles. Actually, Terror in the Isles is pretty good. These are all free, by the way. So for the one I can't pronounce correctly, just check on 80shorror.net. It's pretty cool, and they're all free movies in that way. Hey, by the way, somebody already replaced, which is really cool in some ways, but kind of disappointing in others. But hey, it's for the kids. After that man who unfortunately died, who would go to hospitals and schools for kids, to visit kids, that was dressed up like Batman. He just died the other day. Somebody already replaced him, and I guess the kids are happy. That's what's important. unfortunately, my condolences for the guy or whatever. I'm sorry to hear the other guy passed away, got killed in a car accident. Used to go and make kids happy to dress up like Batman. When one Batman couldn't fulfill his promise, another Batman stepped in to save the day. After the Route 29 Batman lost his life in the tragic car accident, another Batman stepped in to take his place and to be the hero one little boy needed. And this is on the real StanLee.com. So it's on Stan Lee's web page. So that was really cool. You know what? This is where it was, I think, when I was telling you about this soldier and Trump. It was actually on Grana Stostrin. It was on her blog page. She actually still has it up. Thanks to Donald J. Trump for the shout out during his town hall yesterday, but I can take all the credit for freeing. She's taking the credit. Freeing Sergeant Andrew Tomarossi. Watch my off-the-record commentary and share this post if you were one of the dedicated viewers who stepped up to help our jailed U.S. Marine. And by the way, from what I understand, I don't care who did it. It was definitely nobody from our government that did it. That was the main point, too. So either way, that was very neat. I thought it was Donald Trump. Now she's trying to take credit for Greta. This is pretty funny, but honestly, there's not much to say about it. It's just funny. The real StanLee.com, his website, Hugh Jackman and Jim Carrey battle it out through social media, and the results are hilarious. So they got this thing with Hugh Jackman just being an idiot and going smoking. So it's pretty funny, but imagine what the actual fight between Wolverine and the Mask would look like. Odds are it's just too long, and it would end with a highly annoyed Logan. And the Mask on the floor cut to literal ribbons. In short, it would be hilarious. And it was hilarious when the actual Wolverine challenged the actual Mask online battle, which definitely ended with fewer commercial injuries. So, you know what? It's so hot in my room. It's actually melting. Hey, this was pretty good. This makes me really want it now. I put it on my Facebook page. Starbucks Pumpkin Spice Lattes return September 8th. Now made with real pumpkin. Actually, you know what? This is no joke. It was on iHorror on their webpage. They put on about Starbucks making pumpkin lattes. So, and I got a lot of pictures of Jade Starlin. I just really like her. And I found an interview on BloodyDisgusting.com with Rob Zombie. Rob Zombie talks 31, the movie he's made, and other future projects in an interview. On July 22nd, we were on the red carpet of the 2015 Alternative Press Music Awards, where we got a chance to spend a few minutes with the musician-director Rob Zombie. We took the opportunity to ask about a few upcoming projects, as well as sneak in a quick question about his wife, Shuri Moon Zombie. I think she's hot. A lot of people would disagree with me. I don't care if she's older; she's still hot. In the interview, we found out that contrary to the earlier rumors, there will not be a sequel to the 2012 Lords of Salem. That might be good. I kind of was wishing for it, though. Additionally, we learned about the status of the upcoming film 31, which is set for release in early 2016. So it's not even coming out this year. That sucks. As of now, will feature music by longtime Rob Zombie pal John 5. There's not much more, actually. There's actually really not much to read. There is a whole lot more in there, so head on down to check out the exclusive interview. So the rest is like a video interview. I really like Rob Zombie a lot. I want to fuck his wife, but I really like Rob Zombie. I don't want to fuck him. I mean, I love the man, but not that much. I'm not going to go gay for him. Yeah, I didn't buy my ticket today. I really wanted to buy a ticket, by the way, to Guar, and I was going to buy one, almost buy one for a friend, but it's like, I don't even know if I have enough personal time. I forgot to check at work today, and the tickets are general admission, so I figured, you know what, it doesn't matter. I can buy my ticket a day before the concert, and I'll still make out good. So that's another reason I didn't kind of fight it. So, yeah, there's some other things I could probably mention, nothing that important. Shows kind of get long in the tooth, so I'm going to just kind of call it quits. So everyone, excuse me, I didn't think I was going to do a show. This is my new Mac Pro, newer one, and it's definitely more powerful. I'm just going to make sure that everything is going good. So far, knock on wood, it was an easy upgrade. I just got to now figure out a way to get rid of my old computer, though, because I don't have the room. I keep it for the spare parts, but I don't really need it, and I just need the space, and I could use the cash. Everyone, have a good night. Hope you enjoyed my show. Signing off for now for this weekend. Our wash machine at home broke. Somebody going to a laundromat this weekend, probably over in Oaks or Audubon. Oaks. Have a good one, folks. Signing off.